welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, as we count down the days now for the return of Barcelona, I'm going to be answering some of your questions once again, as we're going to be talking about what our expectations are ahead of a huge month of football for this club. We're also going to be talking about whether Martin Braithwaite could be set to play a part, and whether Antoine Griezmann is ignored out on the field by his Barcelona teammates. It's all coming up in today's video, so let's get to it. And with the international break now, finally, like I say, winding down. Last night over on MORETALKFCB, we had the reaction there to Argentina's victory. 2 successive wins for them, but it's nearly time now for Barcelona to be back in action. And we start right there with those expectations. What are we hoping for? What are we feeling after Koeman's pretty positive start to life in Barcelona? And what can we expect and hope for as that season progresses? And I think right now, with 3 games in, before the international break there, 2 wins and a draw for Barcelona, a pretty solid start there in Koeman's role as the new coach. And I think right now we still have to be realistic. I think even though we started well, even though of course we want to have the biggest ambitions possible, we still have to say we have a new coach this season, we have quite a new look squad at Barcelona, we have seen some drastic changes from the team that we had last season, and I think right now we still are in transition in the short term. And I think, to be honest, what you also have to have here is a bit of perspective as well. When you're looking at Barcelona and what we can do, of course we want to try and challenge for everything, but at the same time, things right now, they are uncertain, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch too. You've got the elections, of course, the presidential elections of Barcelona coming in 2021, and of course that's going to create a lot of noise, a lot of distraction away from the field, and that's not going to help things. And of course COVID-19, that right now is causing chaos. You're seeing results, you look at the Premier League, that you would never have imagined could have happened, but they are. These are unexpected times, and as a result of that, we do have to keep those expectations very, very realistic and keep our feet on the ground. What I would say though, ahead of a huge month for Barça, Real Madrid, Juventus to come, massive Champions League games, we have a strong team. We do have, at the end of the day, a very good squad with good players, so why not challenge for everything? I'm not saying that we're going to win everything, I'm not saying there that we should expect to win everything, but the minimum requirement that we want to see from this team is hard work, is motivation, and we want to see a will there from every single player to try and achieve that. Don't give up, don't give in, and give it everything we've got. And it was interesting as well because many of you guys there were asking me questions about the forgotten man at Barcelona in Martin Braithwaite, a player that over the summer Barcelona were actively trying to sell. Of course, there's another one there that didn't come to fruition, and as a result of that, he is still at the club. And the question is now, can he play a part in the season that's to come under Ronald Koeman? And what I think is very, very important here, not to forget when it comes to Braithwaite, this right here is an 18 million euro signing. We signed him, of course, back in February. It was a panic buy, it was an emergency signing, another decision that was taken by the board. They decided to bring him in, and certainly he did look good. I think initially, with Suarez out injured, Griezmann was struggling at the time, Braithwaite came in with a new energy, and he certainly gave us something a bit different in that Barca team. After the lockdown, it didn't exactly go well for him. Suarez came back from injury, he had significantly less minutes, and he ended there his first season at Barca with 11 appearances in total, 403 minutes to his name, which is the equivalent there of 36 minutes per match. So clearly Braithwaite is being used as an impact player. But the question is, under Koeman now, with the games we have to come, will we see Braithwaite playing any part in this team? And I would say yes. And I would say yes for the quite simple reason that over the summer, Ronald Koeman, time and time again, he said, you know what, we do need a number 9. He said it would be great to have something there a bit different, a different kind of option. That's somebody I need to have in my squad. And over the summer, we didn't get one. Barcelona there were not able to bring in a number 9 profile, and I would say right now Braithwaite is the closest man that he has to that kind of profile, and for that reason I think we are going to see him. I think certainly we are going to see him get opportunities now in games where he's coming on and giving us something, a different kind of option. You look at his pace, you look at his strength, he's a different kind of player, and I think certainly maybe not from the start, maybe not in many games, but I think there will be a time, there will be a place that we can see Braithwaite. And like I say, whilst he's at the club, he cost 18 million euros. we should use him. Finally though, we do have to talk about a very important topic too around another attacker at Barcelona that's come under a lot of scrutiny for different kind of reasons, because we're talking once again about Antoine Griezmann, and in particular whether Griezmann is being passed to enough at Barcelona. That's the big question right now. As a Barcelona team, with the way that Griezmann plays, are we finding him on enough occasions? Because it was interesting yesterday, it was late last night, a report came out from Cat Radio. They basically came out and said Griezmann believes at Barcelona he could give so much more. He could be such a better player if he was given the ball on more occasions. He believes that the team could look for him more often, and then it would see much better results. Now, of course, that's just the report there from a Spanish broadcaster. We don't know whether that is in fact Griezmann's opinion. We don't know how they've got that information, but it does bring up an interesting point, because we often see Griezmann out there on the field. He makes very, very good runs. We know that he works hard. Those are two things that you can guarantee from Antoine Griezmann, and he does often find some very good space there in behind the defence or between the lines. But the big problem is, quite a few times during games, you'll see Griezmann make those kind of runs, find that pocket of space, but the pass doesn't come. The pass doesn't arrive. And the question is, why not? Now, quite a lot of the time, I think on that right-hand side, because the right side is not really a vibrant side of the pitch for Barcelona, I think quite often we actually use Griezmann there as a bit of a decoy. He makes that run, he sort of takes some defenders away, and then we use him as that decoy to play in Alba down the left, to play in Ansu Fati, and to play on a different side of the pitch. The problem is, though, if you start doing that too often, if you become over-reliant there on only using Griezmann as a decoy and not actually picking him out, the opposition, they're going to wise up to that. And you can see that in games happen sometimes, whereby Griezmann continually makes those runs. He's not really found, and as a result, the opposition there are quite happy to then go and marshal all of their players over the other side of the pitch, pack that left-hand side. They know that's where the danger is going to come from, and that's why for me it's really, really important to have that balance right across your attack to make sure there you have a number of threats in your team. And the one final thing I'd say on that about Griezmann, I think he should get the ball more. I think certainly we could look for him a bit more often. What we can see in games often as well, as the game goes on, Griezmann's influence, it diminishes. And I think part of that is because time and time again, he's making those runs. He's finding space. He's open there for the pass. If that doesn't come, it can become demoralising. There comes a point in that game where you've made that run once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and in the end it seems as though Griezmann is going to say, you know what, I'm not going to make it again. They're not going to find me. I've become a bit despondent. I'm not even going to bother. And that's when you see Griezmann there being very, very ineffective and hardly involved as games go on. And that's a problem too. And I think that's something there where Griezmann, he's got to be committed. He's got to keep making that run, even though it may seem tough, even though at times it might be pointless. I'd point there to somebody like David Villa. How many times at Barcelona did we see him make that run in behind on the shoulder of the defender? Now, David Villa spent half of his career offside. He was on the borderline so many times, but you only needed that pass to find him once in a game, and he was away. You look at it there, on the borderline, on the shoulder, making that run over and over and over again, and you only needed that one pass to find him in that space, and it was a goal. That's what Griezmann has to aspire towards. He's got to continue working hard. I think we can look to him a lot more often, and we should be looking for more and more solutions in those attacking areas. But let me know what you think. On that there, are we finding Griezmann out on the field enough? So that right there, guys, is where we are right now. As like I say, we are coming finally to the end of the international break. I am personally very, very happy about that. I'm really, really excited to get back into the swing of things with Barcelona playing on a very regular basis. From tomorrow, the pre-match videos ahead of Getafe at the weekend, and all of that stuff is going to be coming. Really can't wait. I am very, very hopeful for what's to come. I will see you guys soon, and I thank you indeed for watching. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.